Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Leicester City career mode part 53. We have some more. We have 4 games in this episode actually. 3 Premier League games and a FA Cup game. The FA Cup is starting today in this day's episode, I guess. We have a game against Derby County. We have this one against West Ham. We have one against Liverpool and one game against a team which I cannot remember, but against Norwich. Yes, we have 3 games in the space of about 4 days. It's actually ridiculous the way that they've set up my calendar. So there is some rotation going around. 10 minutes in, we get our first chance on goal in this one. At the end of this episode, the January transfer window actually opens as well. So it's time for a few transfers and rumours to be flying around. But one player who is rumoured to maybe be going out the door is Riyad Mahrez, and he is able to put us up 19 minutes into the game with a nice, beautiful finish. Actually, Jeffrey Schlupp playing it inside to Lewis Holtby, who plays it inside one more time. Lamela, one of the furthest players forward, plays it across to Riyad Mahrez, and he finds the back of the net. We're getting a lot more goals this season from our midfielders, which is something that we didn't get too many of last season. We had a lot more defensive-minded midfielders like Inler and Gais and RCN, who didn't get that many. This season, players like Lamela are getting a lot of goals. Mahrez is getting a lot more. Arnautovic is chipping in here and there. But we are pegged back in this game. I think it's a Malfitano who actually scored in the end. And that simple little 1-2. Nothing simple about the finish, however. He's just smashed it into the back of the net. Like, Ben Hamer doesn't really have a chance. I ain't even going to complain about what happened right there, because it was a pretty good finish. A tame goal to give away, to be honest. I ain't too happy about that. But 30 minutes in, we're coming back into it. Jovetic slid a beautiful pass into Arnautovic, 1-on-1 with a keeper. 1 goal for Arnautovic. I was about to say 1-0, but it's not 1-0. It's actually 2-1. 30 minutes into the game, and we've had 3 goals. So that's a goal every 10 minutes. There's good match for you kids. Jovetic, though, again, just involved in the goals. Jovetic, man, he's just... check him out. Check out the brother. Check him out. He's just a beast so far in this season. Like, he's just involved in everything that goes on. He's a nice all-round striker as well. I love my all-round players. We've got a few on the team. But yeah, Jovetic, man, he's getting involved. They hit the crossbar, coming back into this attack. Little bit lucky there. This was pretty much straight after we scored, accounting into celebration times and that. But they get a corner straight from that attack. They whip it into the box. It goes over Jedvai's head, and Mikel Antonio smashes it onto the crossbar, man. We got a little bit lucky. They hit the crossbar 2 times in a matter of minutes. Mahrez, however, going on another beautiful run, just jinking around players, and his shot just wide of the post. And that was the last piece of action before the half came to a close. That was the last piece of action before the 85th minute, where we waited a long time for the next chance. Nothing really happened in the second half. Jamie Vardy creating a chance, though. Mikel Antonio also having to clear off his line after he provided somewhat of a brick wall chest, like just terrible chest control from the resulting, well, not from the resulting corner, from a following corner not too far after. Jovetic's headed just wide of the post. So Jovetic, no goal in this episode, but I mean in this game, sorry, but an assist. He's still creating, and he gets himself the man of the match award for that game. He just keeps getting it. That's about his, I think it's his 3rd in a row, or maybe even 4th in a row, considering from the end of last episode where he got a few. But like I said, we had we had 1 day's rest in between this game and the West Ham game. So we did have to change a few players, but you look at the lineup and it's not too bad. However, 6 minutes in, Norwich were able to take the lead. Gary Hooper, I'm looking at that and I was thinking, shit, like, why is this guy so fast? Like, I don't know what was going on, because Michael Mancy, and he ain't no slug on the field. Like, he's pretty fast himself, but Gary Hooper just had some serious acceleration going for him. And it's like, in real life, Gary Hooper ain't the fastest dude in the world. And in FIFA, I played against him, and he wasn't the fastest dude in the world in previous times I played against him. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know. He was just fast. But regardless, we were 1-0 down. 40 minutes in, we pulled one back, and it was Florian Thauvin. Now, I ain't 100% sure looking at this, but I feel like that was his first goal for the club. So I'm going to just go ahead, and I'm going to say, first goal for the club. Florian Thauvin, first goal for the club. Draws it back for us. 1-0. It's a nice, decent little move by Jose Perez. I think he was playing attacking midfield in this game. Slid a nice ball into Thauvin, and Thauvin has been playing pretty well. We have quite a few wingers on this team with Thauvin and Arnautovic and Aarons and Mahrez, obviously. And Thauvin, he's been playing quite well recently, so we'll see if we can get him into the team more as time goes on, see how much we can get him into the first team. But Jamie Vardy is someone who we know what he can do. Jamie Vardy has been banging in goals for the past 2 seasons. Obviously, he's lost his starting place to Jovetic, but it's always good to have good two strikers, or even more, who can bang in goals for you. Jamie Vardy, when Jovetic ain't playing, Jamie Vardy can step in and score some goals. It's a nice worked goal again. We've been patient in this episode so far with our attacks. A little bit lucky there that the defender couldn't get it clear from Jamie Vardy. He won it back though, and it's a decent left-footed finish. Keeper's got a few players in his eyesight, in his view, in the way of the ball, so can't be too rough on him. He couldn't really save that, to be honest. And I'm really loving playing with this team, man. I ain't about to lie to you. This team is just the way I've set it up. In the future as well, this team is going to be beast, especially when these players are growing, man, because we've got just a beautiful mix of everything. We got pace especially, and we got some technique in there. We got some power where we need it. All-round players especially as well. Like I mentioned, I love that, man. As Jose Perez there, his header comes straight off the crossbar 66 minutes in. But the main thing about this team as well is the fact that we got so much depth in, like, what's the word? Versatility, basically. And as you just mentioned here, like Philip Haberer getting his first goal for the club as well. So as well as Florian Thauvin, Haberer gets his first goal of the club. If you remember this guy when I call him up out the youth squad, if you don't, just remember the name now. Philip Haberer, I think he's 18 years old, from Germany, a striker. Good stats. He's got some very good stats, and his potential is high. So he's going to be a beast, definitely. He'll be the starting striker, I already know, in the future. Jose Perez hits the crossbar again, but we did end up getting the 3 points pretty comfortably from this game. But back to what I was saying, like the versatility we have in this team. We have players who can play both on the wing and through the middle. Players like Thauvin and Mahrez, you could play on the wing and in the middle. If we needed, we could play Holtby on the wing. We could just switch up so much. Sotiris Ninnis, who, like I've mentioned, doesn't get too many games, but he is very good, and he could play in both positions. We've got Jamie Vardy, who could play up front on the wide positions, or even just behind the striker. Jose Perez, who could play all three also. It's just beautiful. Lamela, even if I needed to, I could take him out centre mid, put him on the left, put him in attacking midfield. We got our defenders who can play in all sorts of positions. Nunez could play there. Schlupp could play on the wing if I needed him to. But I'm just enjoying playing with this team, man. So entertaining. Such exciting football. And we get early on into this game. The first chance is Arnautovic running at his defender and just drawing a foul. Arnautovic is brilliant as well in this. Look, just skipping around his man. That's a little bit like Jamie Vardy winning the penalty against Arsenal, which I haven't even mentioned yet. How about those 3 points? That guy was picking up the 3 points for the London club, I guess. I was going to say something else, but I didn't want to say it in the end. But Arsenal, man, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Don't quote me, but we're going to win the league. But don't quote me, because I don't want to be held to nothing that I say. But look at that penalty from Stevan Jovetic, man. Just right in the top bins. Like, that is the toppest of top bins. The toppest. Look at that, is right in the corner. You couldn't put that further in the corner if you used your hands and placed it into the corner. But yeah, we're 1-0 up at this point. Mario Balotelli trying to get something back for Liverpool. But if you see their starting lineup when you look back at the early starts of the game, it's a bit like Chelsea the other day. But look at this, Ben Hamer about to dish it out, looking to get it out wide to El Mohammadi, and for some weird reason, look at how high I pressed the bar up. Like the throw should have been an overarm throw, to be honest, but he done like a kind of sidearm throw. And for some reason, I think it was Bruma, decided to chest control the throw. Leave it the fuck alone. Why is he touching the shit? And of course, he chest controlled it right into the path of Balotelli, right into the path of him. And of course, Balotelli not only gets a beautiful connection on it, but he perfectly curls it around the keeper with that attempt. But yeah, we're pulled back, and look at that beautiful run. See, if you're listening too much to me talking, go back and rewind that shit. Look at the beautiful run from Mahrez. If only he could have finished that. Mahrez this season has just been brilliant. His first season was real good. Second season fell off quite just a little bit. And this first season, he's just on form. But Lamela, I've mentioned the players scoring from midfield, and Lamela has stepped up and done it again. His run, he is exactly what I hoped he would be when I signed him, and I decided people were looking at me a little bit funny when I said I signed him to play as a centre midfielder rather than an attacking midfielder or a winger. But he's doing exactly what I would. Them bursting midfields from deep though, he's looking like Frank Lampard, I ain't gonna lie. He's got it all. He's got the power, he's got a little bit of speed, he's got the balance, he's got the technical abilities, and he gets into the box and he can finish. So boy, he's looking good. However, Sturridge plays it into Jordan Henderson. 65th minute, we're back in the lead, obviously, from that goal. Liverpool trying to get back into it. Ben Hamer's not happy with an offside not being called, and to be honest, I'm not happy with that either. That looked pretty offside to me, but Ben Hamer actually ended up making a save. Jamie Vardy playing it across to Mahrez here, trying to kill the game off. Good save, however, from Bogdan, and they get it clear. But that is the end of the game, and we pick up another 3 points. We're just rolling. We rolling like Undertaker in his American Bad Boy phase, though. That's how we're rolling. And there you go. Stevan Jovetic gets another man of the match performance from that game. And now we're into more rumours. Riyad Mahrez. It seems like this whole little speculation, all these rumours might have come to an end. Riyad Mahrez coming out and saying that he is happy at Leicester City. About time that he's come out and said something, man. But I can tell you that he is reportedly close to signing a new contract. We're working on that. He seems to be like he's willing to do that. But more good news. 2 other players have signed a new contract. Ben Chilwell, someone you guys might have forgot about. He was looking like a real good prodigy in the last 2 seasons. But since the signing of Nunez, obviously he's looking like he's going to be a beast as well. Obviously we've got Jeffrey Schlupp. Ben Chilwell's chances have been limited this season, but I still want to keep him around. He still looks like he could be a good little left back, so we've signed him to a new deal. Also, Michael Mancienne has signed a 1-year extension, so we're happy with that, and we'll see what we could do with Mahrez. But we're into this FA Cup game against Derby County. Jamie Vardy obviously playing up front again. I mentioned earlier, well, you just seen a little bit earlier, that Jovetic has now got the most consecutive man of the match awards, like in games that he's actually played in. In this game, obviously, he's not playing. Jamie Vardy is playing, and he happens to score right here. So that run can actually continue in the next episode. If Jovetic happens to get another man of the match award in the next game, we'll see how far that can go. We'll see if he keeps up the performances. Maybe Mahrez will end up stealing one from him. Maybe Jamie Vardy will steal one from him if they end up playing together. But it's a beautiful goal, and you notice again, Florian Thauvin who created it. He's been playing good. He's been playing very, very well. Dribbling into the box, taking on players and just laying it off to Vardy. This time Nunez lets the ball roll around his player, finds Jamie Vardy again, who's skipping around his men. He ends up threading it into the right back, Florian Parker, whose shot is deflected. He can't finish it and get into the back of the net. But this is it for this episode, for this match. Like, the game was quite like quiet, I guess. It was a little bit of a cagey affair. We did get some chances to create something, but nothing really came of them. And now that the January transfer window is open, you'll see that Jovetic is a wanted man. He's being courted by FC Barcelona. I think there was Bayern Munich also who are interested in his signing, but we're not looking to sign him unless we get some brilliant money for this guy. Then maybe we'll think about it. But we're trying to make ourselves a big team, so we don't really want to be selling our best players. Again, we're into training, and now with this whole Mahrez thing possibly behind us, maybe we could start training him a little bit, try and get him up to 80 overall. We done well in training that time. No overall growth, but hopefully we can work something out. Back into more rumours of John Stones and Ross Barkley, the Everton pair. Rumours are just flying around about them maybe joining Leicester City, but we'll see what comes of that in the future. There's a look at the Premier League table. Still 3 points behind Man City. They just don't want to drop any points. But hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you come back for the next one. It will be up tomorrow, hopefully. Don't quote me. Not making promises. Leave it there. Bye.